Akira is really a masterpiece for real in every sense of the word. Every frame in this legendary anime, and yes, I mean all 160,000 of them, could be a painting. Akira doesn't just show you a dystopian futuristic Neo-Tokyo city, it immerses you in it completely. And then just as quickly pulls the covers from underneath you to show you it's really a horror film all along. Honestly, Akira isn't just an anime movie, it's an experience. One that stays with you long past the credits rolling. Basically what I'm trying to say here is that Akira is a must-watch for any anime fan. Hell, any animator, any film student, any artist. It's really a film that inspired me too. Obviously not to anywhere near their level, but what's that Drake line again? You know, it's good to get out, get the pen working. Crazy times we living in, man, crazy times. But anyways, that's what this movie did for me. I know I could use a few more lessons at the Studio Ghibli School of the Arts, but I'm bringing you this video to inspire you for real. Cause let's be honest for real, it takes time to be great. This masterpiece does not escape that fact. Akira, like most animes, was a manga first. And plus, Japanese animes weren't gonna put up points in the American market, no way. This movie had to blow up in Japan just for them to think about bringing it over west. And a lot of people also don't know this. In the movie, they had to cut out a lot of the story because they knew people weren't ready for some serialized anime episodes over in America. Or were they? Hey, what's up y'all? It's the Brett Show and we back with another video, you feel me? I'm back again. To be honest with you, I just recently watched Akira for the 37th time and I figured anime month is a perfect month to bring this video to y'all. Cause honestly, a lot of us wouldn't know anime without this one specific movie. And I know for a lot of y'all might not have watched this. So I'm gonna take my content creator responsibility to show y'all this film because I really think it's amazing. And if you like Studio Ghibli films, then you'll like this. So please like the video and comment if you have seen the movie and what you thought about it and what you thought about it the first time you watched it. And also leave a like if you like the video, you know what I'm saying? It really helped the channel out a lot. Akira is a movie that's 2 hours and 4 minutes long, but it was a manga first that ran from 1982 to 1990. And what I just said should bring up 2 red flags for y'all. 1, this manga ran for 8 years and we only got a 2-hour film. And 2, how did the manga end in 1990 but the movie came out in 1988 in Japan? And truly, the answer really is, Akira the movie, yes, is based off of Akira the manga, but really it was just an inspiration for real. So when you watch the movie, there's gonna be a lot of characters in there. It's like, oh, well, this character didn't get enough screen time, or what's the importance of this character? Yeah, that's because they had to cut out a lot of the character arcs and stories from the manga to fit it in this 2-hour film. And the movie adaptation was released while the film was still going. So the ending of the manga and the ending of the story is the biggest difference. Which, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with you, it could be a good thing or a bad thing. In hindsight, the movie's still legendary, even though it didn't follow the manga's plot. And also, if you wanted to read more about the story in a different kind of way, y'all could just read the manga right now. All 6 volumes of it. Yeah, it's a lot. So if you ever watching a movie and you think some things are underdeveloped or some things were just not touched at all, yeah, that was pretty purposeful. And also, just for reference, animated movies aren't that long, and you'll see why by the end of this video. So it's not like it was easy to just extend it from 2 hours to 3. That's just not something that was doable. Regardless of what they did with the story, regardless of what they did with all of the manga and stuff, the movie was a hit in America too. It released in Japan in 1988 but came to America in 1989. And that left the way for many other anime to release in America as well. And now in the 90s, America was getting a whole bunch of other anime movies like Princess Mononoke in 1997 or Ghost in the Shell in 1995. And they were also getting anime series like Dragon Ball Z in the 90s, all throughout the 90s, still going on today. Who am I kidding? And Akira really paved the way for the public to even be introduced onto what anime is as an art form. The quality of this movie is otherworldly. Like I said, there were 160,000 individual hand-drawn cells for this movie. And if you look at it now, you see the dynamic and fluid motion throughout all the scenes. Some scenes in this movie was just 5 seconds long and they inspired generations. A lot of animations around this time was drawn at 8 frames per second or 12 frames per second. Akira bumped that up to 24, which is now industry standard right now. Hold up, let me do the math real quick. 5-second long scene, 24 frames per second. What's that, 120 frames? And a lot of famous people, like Kanye West, has openly told people how the scenes like the motorcycle drifting scene, the famous motorcycle drifting scene, has affected them personally. Along with a lot of other directors like Christopher Nolan, the Wachowskis, they made The Matrix. So what I said before about film students and artists and animators also needing to watch this film too, I was being serious. The art is amazing, and I can't do it justice in a YouTube video. Mainly because if I do it enough justice, YouTube will book my ass. I might not be able to just openly show it to you, but I could definitely walk you through it and why it's amazing. Usually in animations, things like backgrounds were constantly reused and or just still backgrounds, still shots. Believe me, I should know. That's why when you watch something like SpongeBob, you'll see a frame where there's a whole bunch of discolored Krabby Patties in the background, and then there's one freshly colored one. You know that's the one that's going to be interacted with in that scene. It sounds weird, but stay with me here. Every one of the backgrounds in Akira was an animation in and of itself. Was a picture in and of itself. But not only that, this art style had to complement the genre of the movie, the shifting genre of the movie. When the genre of the movie shifts from cyberpunk to straight up horror. And even the little things, when you watch this movie and you see the rubble passing through as they drive past, the reflections in the water as they walk past, you could say that there was painstakingly serious levels of meticulousness throughout this whole film. We didn't even get to the fact that there were hand-drawn lip synchronization. They don't even do lip synchronization for real in animes today. And they did it hand-drawn in 1988. That's crazy. For reference, y'all, Adobe Animate has a feature right now where you could do an automatic AI type of lip synchronization for your animation. And that's all automated. And they took the time to do that by hand. And that is ridiculous considering the fact that in animations, two things moving on the screen at the same time is low-key a mindfuck. Because not only do you have to animate two things at the same time on the screen, but you also have to coordinate it so that it matches up with each other and just makes sense physically. So when you see a scene of a water tower getting blown up and rolling down a mountain with a whole bunch of rubble and stuff, that causes attention to how crazy that is, really. And then on top of that, they have lip synchronization, hand-drawn. Like, come on now, we getting silly here. Next time you watch a hand-drawn anime, whether it's an old episode of The Simpsons, an old episode of SpongeBob, or even a Studio Ghibli film, pay attention to how many things move on the screen at one time. I promise you, you don't see it that often. And then another thing that I can't do justice because of, you know, the YouTube overlords watching my every move, is the colors, the color schemes. I'm not gonna spend too much time because there's not a lot of people who really care about the colors, but I gotta mention this. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the mood of this movie actually does shift multiple times. I'd say not even just the mood, the whole genre shifts multiple times. And one way to help the whole mood shift is just by changing the color palette just a little bit from dystopian kind of neon lights to pretty dark stuff. Literally. What's almost as amazing as all the colors they use is the fact that somebody counted them. 327. That's how many total colors were used for this anime, 50 of which were created for this anime. Now I'm assuming that they meant 50 colors were created for the anime as in they created them for the film. I don't think that they actually meant 50 new colors were created, but at this point, I don't know what to expect from these people. They were doing some crazy stuff. And lastly, this movie just really helped start the cyberpunk genre. Cyberpunk, dystopian, whatever you want to call it. Funnily enough, the movie was set in 2019, which passed 5 years ago, and Tokyo, thankfully, doesn't look anything like that. And it was also just one of the first animated films that had a serious tone to it in general. Back during this time, animations was reserved for Disney princesses and other kid shows like Transformers. So I guess somebody painstakingly drawing somebody getting punched across the face while also drawing their body moving throughout the air from them getting punched and the blood splattering in the opposite direction really surprised people in the 90s. And I ain't gonna lie, the punches in this film are felt. Some people really get stuck. An animation that's not for kids? An animation that goes into the dangers of technology and the dangers of unchecked power? Crazy. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it for real? I mean, not me. Not me. But yeah, like I said before, I had a lot of experience with hand-drawn animations, and that only made me feel more proud of this movie, only made me appreciate this movie a lot more, because I know what I could do after spending hours and months to do this thing that I'm showing you, and it still pales in comparison. Now, I would like to say I've improved, you know, there was improvement, but It ain't that. You really gotta appreciate Japanese animators, especially with all we're hearing about the people at Mappa and their working conditions. But then you also gotta appreciate the hand-drawn animators. Even the ones that you see like on Instagram Reels or TikToks or whatever, they really spend time on each second of animation. And when you see a hand-drawn animation with two things drawn at once, just for it to be colored, a hand-drawn animation that is colored also, it's just ridiculous isn't even a word that pales in comparison. Like it's just crazy. Watching this movie for me and many other people, I'm telling y'all, many other people gave people inspiration for how to dress, for how to use motorcycles, inspiration for making their own stories. So if you're ever in the mood to be inspired, if you're ever in the mood to watch something great and you're not watching The Bread Show, go check out Akira, for real. It's really something special, and you don't need me to tell you that. Your eyes will tell you in the first, I'd say in the first 3 minutes. You gotta give it 3 minutes at a time. Like the story pieces and everything won't make you feel good, but the animation will. I had fun making this video. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I'm doing Anime Month. You know what I'm saying? It gives me some time to put out some anime type things, all these types of ideas I got. We're gonna move to newer animes, I promise. I just gotta cover my bases with all the animes I have seen. Please like this video if you like this video. Please subscribe and please comment what your thoughts are for this video. Please comment if you're going to watch it. Please comment if you have watched it. I promise you will not regret watching it. It's an animated film, so it's not gonna be too long of a film. TikTok rotten brains, I'm telling y'all that. Boy, I'm already knowing TikTok rotten brains. But yeah, y'all, please like the video, please comment. Check out the streams. You know what I'm saying? I'll be streaming a lot. I'm streaming, streaming Pixelmon, streaming Minecraft, streaming anything. Master Duel, Rocket League, Call of Duty when it come out, Budokai Tenkaichi when it come out. I'm on the stream. If you see Bread Show live, go ahead and drop in the stream. You know what I'm saying? Drop a like, even if you don't stay long. I love to see you. I love to hear from you. And thank you to everybody who has been in the streams. We've been having a good old time. Spread love, give inspiration in all you do, and peace out.
Welcome to the Bread Show. Take two.